A Way Out, this unique and ambitious co-op game released back in 2018, and today I'm going to review the game, break down the pros and cons, and let you guys know if it's still worth buying in 2021. Also, before we get the video started, only 4% of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. And anyways, back to A Way Out. A Way Out is a truly unique game, and really the only I've played of its kind. It is a co-op game and it has to be played with 2 players, so if you have a friend to play it with, and then that would be the only way you could really play, unless you played with a random. But this game is the ultimate test of friendship. There's tons of co-op related features and sequences that require both you and your partner in crime to execute in perfect sync, and without communication and teamwork, you will not succeed.
Honey, stop him!
Oh my god!
Now with that being said, it's almost just as fun to screw with your partners.
There you are.
1,
It's time
2,
to play.
3, 7,
It's not about what
8,
I want. It's about what
9, 10, come on, one more. Fine, I'll help you. You need some help, man? I think I'll just let this guy shoot me. There's also a lot of mini games in the world that allow you and your friend to go head to head in some incredible friendly competition. No! Get that out of here, loser. I'm stronger than you.
Power to the base! I'm giving up.
Let's go! You're trash, kid. This game will make or break your friendship, and it is so worth it. This game also has a really solid and enjoyable story to go along with all the fun co-op gameplay moments. The narrative follows 2 guys who have been arrested. You play as one and your friend as the other, and your game is split screen, so while you're running around in the prison, your friend may be in a cutscene. This is a story of revenge and passion, and while the whole revenge arc may seem like a broken record in these games now, it still works for A Way Out because of the deep connection you build with your character and their family. And this game will 100% make you feel a certain type of way once you finish. The story is really short, it's only about 6 hours, but there's so much action jam-packed in this game, balanced out with heartfelt and emotional moments. It makes you feel like you're watching a movie while also playing in some great set pieces and cinematic moments. Again though, who you're playing with and talking to during this game is really going to determine your experience, which is why it's really important to play with a good friend. Psych! You're garbage, kid! Uninstall the game. There's also a few sections in the game where you and your friend have to agree on choices and what to do in different scenarios, which will trigger different outcomes during your adventures. Now in terms of combat and fighting mechanics, it's nothing too complex. In fact, it's usually a quick sequence where you gotta hit the right button at the right time or button mash. There's a few sections where the game turns into a third-person shooter, which feels very similar to Uncharted, but other than that, you're mostly enjoying large cinematic set pieces or running/driving through a linear chase or level design. There are a few moments when the pacing slows down, which is well needed since the game is nearly straight action all the way through. The game is set in 1972 America, and the different levels are in this small sandbox style. Like I said, mostly everything is linear, but you can do some minute exploring and play mini games and some occasional fun things like that. There is a lot of different environments you encounter, each having lots of detail and standing apart from each other. And by the end of the game, it really feels like you've been on this crazy exciting journey. Now as for the graphics, they certainly aren't the best graphics I've ever seen, and isn't as good as a lot of the games that released from 2018, but it's more than fine and still holds up very well in 2021. And besides, you aren't really playing this game for the graphics anyway. In terms of performance, the game runs very smoothly. At 1440p and max settings with my RTX 2070 Super and i5 9600K, I averaged around 90 to 100 FPS. And as for the bugs, they were very minimal, and me and my friend only disconnected from the game once, and it was near the very end. But if you or your friend have bad internet, then that could be a frustrating thing you're gonna have to deal with. This game specifically targets co-op players, and if you need a co-op game to play with a friend, I believe that this is one of the best options out there. Like I said at the beginning, the game really feels like one of a kind, and I haven't played anything quite like it, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you have a good friend to play it with. And if you don't have friends, well, That's what these games are for. Or, you know, just join the Master Assassin Discord and find people to play with. I'm just joking. Except I'm actually not. Now, since this game is made by EA, it is on the Origin store, and it's actually included in EA Play. So what I recommend, and this is what I did, is EA Play is available for the first month for only $1. So you get that, and you have access to all these games, including A Way Out. And the game is only 6 hours, so you should finish it within a month, no problem, and then you can cancel the subscription. The game is really short and isn't really the type you will be replaying, so you really don't need to own the game, and it's much cheaper to just use the EA Play for $1 as opposed to buying it for $30, finishing it, and then never touching it again. Oh, and your friend doesn't have to pay for the game at all, as they can just play via the friend pass. So a really good deal overall, and for $1, you bet this game is more than worth it. And that concludes my review on A Way Out. I apologize for the shorter review, but that's really all I have to say about the game, since it really isn't that big, but it was definitely a ton of fun and so worth trying. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, you can thank me by leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. And other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day, Assassins. Now, if you excuse me, I have to bounce on this.
Oh
Dang
my
it!
God.